Welcome to another styling video. Today I'm going to be doing a wash and go, but spicing it up a bit with some of this beautiful copper as I am temporary color. I've been craving a little bit of a change recently, so I figured why not do it with some color. I want to see what the ginger looks like on me because I have tried a whole bunch of other colors, and you can check that playlist out here on the side and see all the fun different things I've done in the past. I put a plastic bag down on the floor so that if it starts to drip, it's easy to clean up. I've already washed and sectioned out my hair in the way that I want it to go. And I am going to be using this towel, which is a little bit of a deeper red, but hopefully will hide the color okay if it drips. First things first, I'm going to be using the Silk Elements jojoba oil leave-in conditioner. I've been using their setting lotion spray for a while, and they were having a deal at the beauty supply store, and I figured I need to pick up some other products, and I got a treatment mask and the leave-in conditioner and a leave-in cream, and they have been just amazing so far. Now that this is all slippery with the leave-in conditioner, it is time to apply the color. They always smell so incredibly good. Here's what it looks like. I'm just gonna take all of that and put it in my hands and just apply it to this. I'm sure it's definitely gonna show up more on my highlights than it is on the actual dark parts of my hair. And that's just how these temporary colors work. Something different. I kind of want to go dark red anyway, but I don't know if I'll like how that looks with my highlights. And eventually, if I want to go black blonde, that would be a crazy process to get the red out. Red is not an easy color to get out. This gel tends to be very drying, so that's why I sprayed a good bit of leave-in conditioner on first before I went ahead and added this. But so far, it is looking great. Okay, so for this, I have done it in two sections, particularly because I'm gonna braid it up. And that way I can get a braid out later on if I so desire, do some kind of half up, half down style. But it's gonna be easier for me to put the color in first and then braid it up versus braiding it and then putting the color in, because it just doesn't soak in very well. I have learned that from experience. And I have the red too, so if I did want a more intense effect, I could always go and add the red to it. And then as usual, I just twist the ends and make a finger coil. Whoopsies. See, when I have one long hair like this, this means this is a shed hair that I've got to cut out, or else it's gonna become an issue. All right, there we go, much better. All right, then we're gonna do the other side. There we go. I find it is possible to still have a good braid out even when you borrow hair if you're very careful when you take it out. Give these a quick mist with the leave-in conditioner because it gets very dry. That's what I've noticed about this. I mean, it's kind of the case with all gels. They're very drying in my hair, but particularly the color gels. Okay. These are always easier if I split in half and do that way. So we're gonna put one side away for now. And put one side up here. And then we'll start, oopsies, don't want to get that guy. We'll start on this side. I would love to put more water in it, but again, these do not work well if you do that. So we're just gonna have to just pop the gel on. But so far it's not dripping too much, which is good because I think, again, because I'm definitely working on damp hair and not wet hair, it's just not flicking all over the place. This is definitely more muted, I would say, than I was thinking it was gonna be, which is totally fine. It just means I need to apply a little bit more color to the dark areas to get it to show up. Okay, I think that one section is good, so now it is time to do the top section. It's just easier to do everything in small chunks. As you can see, I've done my eyebrows. I thought it would be cool just to have them match a little bit. I'm seeing that this color is going on fairly dark, which is fine. It's kind of giving me this nice ombre effect. So then I've separated out this section. I'm gonna put this on. And if you see my other videos, you know that what I like to do is do some twists here in the front. But I've never done twists in a wash and go before. It's strange. I've done braids quite a few times, but the twists, no, that hasn't happened. So I figured, why not? Something different, something fun. And again, if I choose to put all my hair back in a bun or a half up, half down later on down the road, I have a nice little front section out here. Okay. And you have seen me spraying the leave-in conditioner and some water too, because it was starting to dry out too much for my tastes. But this is very drying. So by spraying the leave-in conditioner, I believe this will help to keep it softer. Okay, so let's split into one row on this side. Okay, I think that'll do. Took that out of the way. Split that into two sections. I'm just going to do 2 rows in the front. It's going to be easier that way. Now my hair doesn't stay together very well in twists, but because this is such stiff gel, as I've learned from other times using it, I am hoping that it will actually be okay and keep it together and give me a nice twist. Do I like this ginger? Do I like it? I mean, I know I like it, but I tried red before and the red was gorgeous, but too much. I felt like a stranger. when I looked at myself in the mirror. But this, with the twists, hang on a second, we may be onto something. We may just be onto something. Is the twists done. I know it looks a little bit crazy here with my eyebrows. I'm just gonna use some water to get that off. Just gonna clip these out of the way a little bit until they've had a chance to dry. And I'm actually gonna use the dryer to dry them. But I used quite a generous amount and I still have quite a bit left, which is good. I think this color works pretty nicely on me because my natural color, it was blonde when I was a kid, and as I grew older, it's darkened, but it's not 100% brown. It grows in brown with like little red highlight tints to it, so it lifts very easily to put highlights in it. So this color is not actually too far off from just the small little highlights that I get throughout my darker brown hair. Just want to show you how easily this rinsed away. My hands look pretty normal. I didn't even use soap and they're looking great. So it should be pretty easy to get this off my eyes here. The whole application process was about 25 minutes. I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to dry to where I like. I just don't want it to transfer onto my clothes. This feels pretty set in so far, but if I touch it, I'm still getting some transfer onto my hands. So it needs to dry a little bit more. But it looks a lot better with my forehead taken care of like that. Made this one a little bit thicker, but there's not really much I can do to fix it without starting over. And I don't want to do that. This is giving me very just like Celtic, which fits, I suppose. You'll notice this side is bushier because when I was doing it initially, the side dried out a little too much before I went ahead and put the color on, and so it kind of dried like that. And this side is flat, but it will puff up once it's dry. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes of drying. I don't think my hair is 100% there. It's definitely still a lot more wet on top, but the good thing is it's drier down here at the bottom, so that when I go to put on my outside clothes, it's not going to be so bad. You can see it's all on my neck here, so I've got to just kind of get some of that off before. But yeah, I think it'll be pretty good. Overall, it's looking nice. My hands are all coppery again. I'm getting so much thickness on this side that I think I'm gonna try and flip these around to the other side. And I think that's gonna give me the effect that I want. It's just a little less on this side. All right, let me dry it some more. I'm just kind of doing some separating here of, didn't mean to separate that one, whoops, of some clumps that have just kind of clumped themselves together so that my hair is just gonna have some more movement to it. Okay, there we go. It's still not 100% dry because it could shrink further. Instead of just being right here, it can shrink a bit further. So I'm expecting it to get a little bit bigger, a little bit shorter, but I'll check back in with you once that happens. For now, this is what we're looking like. It does look much lighter now that it's a bit drier and off camera. In camera, it does look a bit darker. I'm really loving how this looks. We're gonna see how long it lasts, and I'll pop some more video or pictures here at the end to just kind of update and say what it looked like on days 2 and 3 and all that jazz. I probably won't keep it for too long, but yep, it's feeling good. Just popping in briefly to say this is what my hair is looking like now that it is fully dried. You can see that this part didn't shrink too much, but the rest of it did because this part is longer than this. I have some layers that I'm growing out and I haven't trimmed the back to keep up. I know some people like to just cut across, make an even cut, but I figured I'd like to let my layers grow out and then get everything to one length instead of having everything be super short. So it's kind of a different shape, but I don't really mind because I think the curls still look cute, and we will see how this looks tomorrow. I am just loving this color so far. I've tried the red before, as I mentioned, and it was too fire truck red for me, but this coppery ginger, it looks very natural, and the way it just kind of blended in at the top, it looks like kind of a natural grow out. So I'm really enjoying this so far. Just a quick update, it is day 2. You'll notice that I have put some little hair jewelry in here and there. I've got one here as well, just kind of subtly out of the way. And it's a little flatter on this side than it is on this side. And again, that was the result of how I was styling it, but you can see with just a little zhuzhing, it comes out to be even. So that's the front, and it has drawn up a little bit in the back here, and that is normal for me. My longest pieces are also my tightest pieces. I also sprayed some leave-in conditioner this morning just so that it doesn't get too dry and crunchy. I've been out and I'm back again. This is how I styled my hair for the event that I was at. I really like how it turned out. And I will say, I had not noticed any color transfer. All the other ones flaked off a lot. But this one is staying on pretty well without doing that annoying flaking and getting all my clothes. So I think I will wear this for a few more days because I'm enjoying it. The downside that I have found to this color is that I cannot wear red with it, which is kind of a bummer because I have a bunch of nice outfits that are red. I was going to wear red to the event that I was going to, and then I realized last minute that might not work. So thankfully I found this in my closet and I was able to make that work instead because the reds clashed so much. So even though I love this color, I definitely cannot do this permanently if I want to enjoy red. Maybe if I went really deep, but I don't know that I'd love a really deep red. But this color is just, it's giving, it's everything. So yeah, this is how my hair is looking. It's got a lot of movement to it, especially because I kind of pre-separated the curls out. And coming in here are my twists and then my actual little curls. And then my braid, of course, I actually have 2. And then my little jewelry right there. I'll check back in with you tomorrow. I'm probably going to do a totally different style, still with the red, still with the original set, but kind of pulling it back and doing something without re-washing it. A quick update. We are on day 3 now, and you can see what I decided to do was take out the back parts, and it came out with a lovely braid out. I only separated a little bit, so I still have some nicely defined curls here. And you can see what I've done for the top is I went ahead and just kind of braided these into a 5-strand braid and then pin them up at the top just for a little extra added interest. I've done a half up, half down, made this into a bun. I have been spraying leave-in conditioner into it as well as using some serum on the ends just because, like I said, this gel is so drying. I want to really make sure if I'm going to wear this for more than a day that my hair is staying lubricated so that when I wash it off, it's not going to cause me any issues. It's day 5 of me having this red hair. As you can see, it's really faded out from the front sides, kind of really just going back to my normal color right here, although we've got some of it still at the edges here. This has not irritated my scalp at all. I'm definitely gonna wash this out today because my hair is a little bit dry as well, but I do have to hop on a Zoom call for a few minutes here, and I just wanted to look a little bit more presentable before I do that. You can see, basically I just woke up and threw my hair in a bun, and it's just kind of crazy. So let me take down my bun. See, it's been very stretched out after being in a braid and in a bun, and I've got like random stringy pieces. We're gonna start by using this Silk Elements. I had a large bottle of this and it actually went bad, so I had to get rid of it. But when I saw they had this at the store, I was really happy because I only need to use a tiny bit of it at any given time. So this bottle should last me without going bad. I just take a little bit, just a tiny, tiny dab. This spreads super well. I have a different one too that I had picked up, but that one is more just for heat protection and isn't just as nice and shiny on the hair. It's just gonna make my ends feel good as I put them in this style. I'm also gonna rub that on here too. These are a little bit stringy. These ones also need some TLC, but they'll do. So what I'm gonna do is just make a very tight bun here. I think I'm gonna do like a top knot. So I'm gonna just direct this all up as high as I can. Giving myself a facelift here. Just get the brush and start brushing. This always makes my hair super shiny. And then we're just gonna use this. I like these scrunchies because they are small, so you don't have to constantly wrap them around, but you can still get a pretty decent hold from them. All right, this is kind of like a mix between the Cinnabon and the bee bun here. So we're gonna put this down once, and then the second time, yay, that all went pretty nicely into the bun here. You can see that the sides of my hair look so much better. Then this part here, just put a tiny bit more serum on, just that much. Just kind of have it on my hands while I undo this braid. We've got a little coil here, so I'm just gonna pull that apart. You can see that the copper is kind of coming off of my hands a little bit. I notice anytime I work with my hair, the copper is coming off. If I am just kind of letting it be and not rubbing it, it's totally fine. It's not transferring, and I've had no problems with it getting on my clothes or anything like that. But anytime I either wet my hands or put some oil on and touch my hair, not oil, but serum, it tends to start to come off in my hands. But this color is so neutral, you really don't notice it unless you're actively looking for it. Okay, there we go, and it still kind of maintains the braid I had the other day. I am gonna separate it a little bit to give me some coverage here at the back, because otherwise it's gonna look like I have no hair. And this is a very small, tiny section, so it's understandable. That should do it. And it's gonna bother me if this is gonna constantly fall on my face. So just gonna use a clip, a barrette here. And I'm gonna do that like that. And that should just hold that out of the way. And if I were going out, I would probably throw in some little jewels and stuff, but I am not going out and I'm gonna be washing this out fairly soon, so that's just extra work that I don't need. It took me, according to the camera, 6 minutes here to transform my style from when I woke up and it was just kind of blah to something that is on camera ready. Now I am gonna add a few accessories. My necklace, and some earrings. I found I can do rusty reds with this hair color, but not bright reds, which is sad because it's almost the Christmas season and you best believe I will be dressing in bright red. This video might come out after Christmas though, and you'll be a little confused, but yep, here we go. It is actually currently right before Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna do something totally different for Thanksgiving, but wow. Wow, 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 wow. There's a lot you can do with your dry hair if you know how to make a bun, and if you planned ahead like I did by just having this little part to be a braid out. And honestly, at this point, with the amount of leave-in conditioner I've sprayed and the serums I've used, my hair is not feeling terribly dry. It was dry at first, it was a little crunchy, but at this point, I think we are okay. Like I said, this is the longest I've ever kept a color, and it's just because I loved it so much. I wore it to work a bunch of times. Like I said, I'm hopping on the Zoom call with it. I went to church with this color, just absolutely adoring it. And if it didn't clash so much with the red that I want to wear, I probably would wear it longer, but all the other colors I've washed out within a day or two. This one I have kept 5 days. This is the front. There you go, 360 view. And all together with doing my hair, the accessories, everything, that took me less than 10 minutes. So that's often what I do is I plan my styles in my head ahead of time, and then it takes me literally 10 minutes to put myself together and go from drab to fab. I think this will be the end of my dyeing my hair copper video because I'm about to wash it out. But I had a lot of fun with it while it was here, and thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.